Sam Cooke was born on January 22, 1931 in Clarksdale, Mississippi. He was one of the most influential and soulful singers in history. He was called the King of Soul. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986 as a solo artist and again in 1989 as a member of the Soul Stirrers. He won a Lifetime Achievement Grammy in 1999. He had 30 top 40 hit songs. He's still one of my favorite singers of all time. Some of his biggest hits included You Send Me, Cupid, Bring It On Home to Me, Another Saturday Night, Twistin' the Night Away, and Chain Gang, just to name a few. He wrote those songs. His career only lasted 8 years, but he left us with beautiful music that will last forever. Let me know if you remember Sam. His family moved to Chicago when Sam was a baby. He started out in a gospel group. His father, who was a Baptist minister, told him God gave him a gift and to use that to make people happy. He was in a group called the Highway QCs when he was 14 years old. In 1950, he joined a different group called the Soul Stirrers. He recorded under the name Dale Cook after going solo. He decided to go back to his real name, but he added an E to his last name to signify a new start. He created his own record label and a publishing company. He was friends with Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. He was married twice and had 3 children. He died in 1964 after being shot by a motel manager. He brought a lady to a motel and she claimed he tried to rape her. Sam banged on the manager's door and demanded to know where the woman was. The manager said no one was in there with her. She supposedly feared for her life. Sam was shot in the heart in self-defense and no charges were brought against the manager. It all sounds fishy to me, but I guess we'll never know what really happened. Sam was 33 years old. Ian Watkins was born on July 30th, 1977 in Wales. He was a singer, a songwriter, and a musician. His band was called The Lost Prophets. They sold millions of albums and successfully toured around the world. I really liked a couple of their songs and I even saw them in concert. Bob Rock produced them. As his drug use became worse, he distanced himself from the band. He was arrested multiple times for drug possession and for having obscene pictures of children. He was shamefully sent to prison in 2013 for conspiracy to engage in sexual behavior with a 1-year-old. He was given 29 years in prison. The judge said Ian had a corrupting influence and had shown a complete lack of remorse. There are so many disgusting details that I refuse to talk about. They were originally arresting him for drug charges, and they found how depraved he was after seizing his phone and computers. The band broke up and they vowed to never perform any Lost Prophets songs again. They did not know how twisted Ian really was. His life was miserable behind bars. He was paying for protection. He never married and had no children. He died in October of 2025 after a fellow inmate stabbed him to death. It wasn't the first attempt on his life while in prison. He was 48 years old. Mia Zapata was born on August 25, 1965 in Chicago, Illinois. She is known for being the lead singer of the punk band called The Gits. She was brutally beaten, raped, and murdered as her band was gaining momentum. The band was formed in 1986 in Ohio while Mia was attending Antioch College. In 1989, they relocated to Seattle, Washington. Her family was well off, but she chose to live in an abandoned house called the Rat House. The Gits quickly gained a following due to their high-energy shows and Mia's magnetic personality. They toured up and down the West Coast and independently released their first official album. In July of 1993, Mia was drunk and walking at night in Seattle when she was attacked. She died at age 27. For years, the case was unsolved. Thankfully, DNA evidence was linked to a Cuban immigrant named Jesus Mesquia 10 years later. He had a long criminal history. He was found guilty and sent to prison. He died in 2021. Jaco Pastorius was born on December 1st, 1951 in Norristown, Pennsylvania. His birth name was John Francis Anthony Pastorius III. He is known for being an innovative and highly influential bass guitar player. He started out as a drummer, but he switched to the bass after a wrist injury. He couldn't even read music at first, but he became obsessed with recording music and playing the bass. He started out in R&B bands, but he loved jazz. He started playing fretless basses. He recorded a few solo albums and played with many musicians he respected such as Pat Metheny and Joni Mitchell. He became addicted to drugs and alcohol and he was homeless for a while. He had mental problems and he was bipolar. He was married twice and had 4 children. He died in 1987 after being beaten up by the manager at a club in Florida. He kicked in a glass door after being thrown out due to his behavior. Jaco suffered many broken bones and internal bleeding and fell into a coma. He died after having a brain hemorrhage and he was taken off of life support. The man who beat him only served 4 months in prison. Jaco was 35 years old.